This is it. Y'all, you made it. Welcome to the first ever meta variety show on Lad City Network. It's Art Start Now. I'm your boy Gif. I'm here with the Nifty Castle crew, Lola Menthol, and Whoa Boy. Lola, what time is it?
I think it's time that we expand our minds. Well, boy.
That's right. Here in Fun Uncle's Common Sense for the Greater Good, got a little nugget for you. When people don't understand something or someone, they say it's awkward. Please don't put something down or label things unjustly because you don't understand it. Be honest and say, I don't understand it. Or them, okay? We're artists. Things get strange sometimes. We create weird things, okay? Jeez. Accept it.
Let's get weird, y'all.
Art start now. We're gonna make it just creative, put it down. Art start now. We're gonna make it just creative, put it down. Art start now. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Start it.
Never get tired of that.
Me neither.
That's right. It is the first ever live meta variety show here in the one and only Lad City Network. The Nifty Castle just crash landed, y'all, and we're going to be talking about some art. We got an exclusive interview for y'all, our first ever interview on the show today. It's going to be awesome. You do not want to miss this. It's a legend in the space. And it's the first time she's ever done an interview. That's a one of one. That's a first. That's coming up shortly. But first, we're going to do a quick recap of a recent event, the Oni Force Invite Oni in Los Angeles. Check it out. Right on. And whoa, boy, what's happening in NFT land today?
There's a lot going on in NFT land, always and forever, but something that caught my eye, I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to concept art, and this project and company called Concept Art House raised $25 million. They're going to be creating NFT art and games. They've already developed a lot for some big name brands, Sin City, Star Wars. The founder, James Zhang, he was a concept artist himself, and then entrepreneurship, that entrepreneurial spirit took over, and he started this project. So it's really cool to see concept art get its shine and someone to take over in the NFT world, because damn, I love concept art. I don't know how familiar you guys are, but I'd love to hear your takes and maybe any of your relationships to concept art generally.
Yeah, I mean, I can just say briefly that it is an amazing opportunity for some of the most talented artists, concept artists to take some ownership in these projects and in these new production houses that are popping up. So long a lot of those concept artists have kind of been taking a back seat. But I feel like they're really getting the spotlight now. And even back to, we were just talking about the invite only event, the Uniforce event, like Ryan Lee, I'm Complex. I would even consider one of those examples of somebody who's an incredible concept artist who now, can do his own thing. He can write his own ticket because he's talented enough. He has the vision, and he can basically create his own studio and his own worlds now. So yeah, I think this is incredible.
Yeah, I think it's super dope that people who have been concept artists and have been working for other people and other companies can now make a name for themselves instead of, contributing to a different name. And now we can start to really get to know them and the work that they get to do.
Yeah, and in a big way, $25 million is that's
a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yeah,
There's a lot of big money coming into the space, y'all. And I mean, it's a chance for a lot of people to get their bags, but also to do good. Again, we talk a lot about equity, but distribute it more, so it's not just that top down economic model, but do a much fairer distribution. And also, set up their families and their friends in different ways. So yeah, it's an incredible opportunity. I'm stoked. Thanks for highlighting that, Woah Boy. And y'all definitely check that out if you want to learn more. We'll put the link down in the description. But without further ado, we've got Kas Vegas, y'all. We have somebody really, really special for this interview. We're teasing it a little bit, but she's out there waiting. She's going to pop in here in just a second. So if y'all don't know who Kas Vegas is, you're about to. And let me just say, she is a community leader. She is a talented artist. She is I don't know. She's just an NFT visionary, and we're so grateful and excited to have her on the show to be our first ever interview. So without further ado, we're so grateful and excited to welcome Kas Vegas to Art Start Now. Kas, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Thanks for agreeing to do this, given your track record.
Thanks for having me. Good to see all of you guys. I'm doing great.
Hey
Nice.
girl, I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
Really
and
nice.
yeah, I mean, you're someone that we're very familiar with, but given that a lot of our audience may or may not know who you are, would love to just get a quick background on who is Kas Vegas, and what was your sort of aha moment that like got you hooked and brought you into the NFT space in the first place.
Okay, well, I'll start with where I'm from. I'm from Hawaii. I grew up there, as well as Arizona is where I went to college. Australia is where I did my master's. New Zealand is where I went after that, back home to Hawaii, and then about 3 years ago to LA. And then fast forward all the way to my aha moment of NFTs was really when everyone was stoked about the possibilities, I saw all the gaps. And so that was my aha moment. I was like, ooh, they haven't figured out music quite yet. Ooh, they haven't quite figured out interoperability between platforms. And so that kind of sparked my interest into what does the NFT space still need? And I've just been trying to help accomplish some of those gaps as I go.
Yeah, and I think you're doing an incredible job of that. I mean, you're tackling so much all the time. Like, I feel like every time we catch up that you're doing another project. So how do you manage to balance all these different things, from your own music, your own art, to now leading, different generative projects, to promoting shows and other artists? I mean, how do you put it all together?
Honestly, I wish I could say I was super balanced. I feel like 90% of my time is community and the last 10% is more community. And so the balance part is like very tough. But I think they kind of merge together anyways. Building community is merging with when I create music, it's merging with helping people with other projects. So it's kind of a broad spectrum that just helps me do what I love regardless. So that's the honest truth of balance. It's just helping people where I can when I can, and it's been too fun to not slow down or stop.
Yeah, it just moves so incredibly, insanely fast, right? This whole space. And I know, Fun Uncle has a little bit of your own art. You obviously have a music background. You're an incredibly talented musician on top of everything else you do. Maybe tell us a little bit about, some of your art, but also specifically, like, what are you most excited about on the music side of the NFTs? Because that's kind of a whole separate part of the NFT space that maybe a lot of people don't know as much about that you have some expertise in.
I think that was the first struggle that I saw in the NFT space. You see visual artists, you see digital artists, they're doing really well. And then you see musicians and producers, and they're like, well, can I throw my music onto your NFT to kind of pair up? And so right now, music is kind of at the mercy of visual art, and visual art has taken off. So that's where it needs a little bit of help, a little bit of brains. Some really cool platforms that are trying to change that for the music industry is Audius. They're trying to help a little bit with streaming. You have Emanate as well. And then you have more robust places like Float that are going to probably launch soon, but on Solana as their chain. So they're looking at music way more robustly, trying out a new chain as well. So there's going to be a lot of growth in music specifically, and who knows where that will lead to, but it will definitely hit the music industry in the best way and kind of flip it upside down.
Yeah, and what about async too? I know that's another platform that a lot of people have been really excited about. Is that something that you're familiar with or can recommend? Or are any of those platforms things that you specifically recommend or feel really strongly about? Or are they all kind of, you're still kind of watching them all and kind of seeing which ones are gonna, grab a solid market share?
Yeah, I think it's really important to give different chains a chance. I think it's important to realize that the Ethereum blockchain has majority of the audiences there, the artists there, but also there'll be room down the line for other chains. Async is on the Ethereum blockchain, however, and they're a great team. They started off with async art and they saw the gaps in music and they incorporated async music. And so they've just been a really great team to work with. Some notable artists on there is like Tara Naomi. And on that platform, you can utilize stems and really create moments that people can buy as a stem and put together a different version of a song. Maybe you're just getting the drums, maybe you're just doing vocals. And it kind of invites people to be creators alongside the creators. So async art is definitely a good platform and one that's growing. Yeah, a good marketplace.
Interesting. And
Wow.
have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you seen that get adopted? Like, as in people that are putting their stems out there. A lot of use cases where you see a lot of derivative work coming from those stems.
I would like to see that a little bit more for producers, because a
Hmm.
producer's mind, myself being a producer, it happens in layers. Sometimes we get the full song in our brain and we're like, I know exactly where the guitar needs to go, where the drums need to go. And sometimes we have to just construct layer by layer and say, ooh, I think this kind of drum will go well with this. And so a producer's brain fits really well into something like async music.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would probably both agree that music is definitely one of the first, you know, industries that's going to be totally revolutionized and changed by blockchain and NFTs. But it does seem like there's still a long way to go in terms of figuring out exactly what that's going to look like or what those models, like what models make the most sense for musicians. Because to me, it's still a little bit vague on what's going to take off and where the value is really going to come in. But it's all super exciting. Like I love joining some of the music rooms on Clubhouse, which I know that you
Mhm.
often lead some of those rooms as well.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of growth, and I think a couple sectors will have a lot of growth. Like film is another one, and size limits on blockchains right now. So no one's putting up a full feature film at the moment because it just can't be uploaded to some of the marketplaces. So a lot of sectors will slowly come in and expand, and the curiosity itself creates the possibility of the solutions. So when you have a problem or you have a question, the only way to figure that out is to try and create those solutions. And so, yeah, the problems are all good problems in the NFT space. It's just opportunities galore to solve them.
Heck yeah. I love that attitude.
Ooh.
You're so good with people, Cass. I have to say, I have to give you some flowers. One of the things that drew me to you, and I think a lot of other people, is that you have this incredible power with like understanding people, like a high EQ, right? And you can do this through platforms like Clubhouse. I've seen you do it. What do you think? Like, how did you like get that kind of like achieve that level of I don't know, like human interaction? Like, was Clubhouse just sort of like an extension of something you already did, or did you like find Clubhouse and then this kind of like became a talent of yours? I'm just curious how you sort of how that came about, and if it just was like a natural fit or something that you've done for a long time.
I think growing up in Hawaii has been a real blessing, and with my family, my siblings, my cousins, and family orientation is a big part of our culture. And translating that into doing team sports most of my life. Like I played soccer since I was 4. I went all the way to professional level in track and field for a number of years. And so just being a part of a team and realizing you're only as good as your weakest player is just a mentality that's kind of embedded in me. And so coming into the NFT space, it's no different. If an artist succeeds, then we all succeed, because we're all artists. Like, no matter if you're even a developer, right? Developers have to write code in a creative way, and that's their language of being creative. And so if we all acknowledge deep down we're all creators in some way, shape, or form, then that's how we can kind of rise together and create the reflection that we want to see. So attributing it to the family I grew up with, the culture I'm from, and then all those years of sports has just made it a seamless transition to how do I bring this feeling that I know and what makes me feel good into the NFT space.
It's a great perspective.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
for
and because
sure.
I have to
Thank you,
say, right,
Kat.
it's like when I think of hosts, like really good hosts, because the difference a lot of times between a not really good room on Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse and a really great room is moderation, right? Like if you've got some solid mods, it's probably going to be a much better discussion. And when I think of great mods, like you're at the top of the list of some of the best mods that I've ever seen in rooms. So for anybody who hasn't joined any of Cass's rooms, you definitely should follow her. Definitely check out those rooms because they're always going to be incredibly insightful and valuable. Moving on to something else that I know you've been really involved with that came out of that Clubhouse, that whole community is I know you're really involved in NFT NYC. And obviously, we're going to be there. We're super excited. I know a lot of our audience is getting amped up and
Yeah.
excited for NFT NYC. I'd love to know, you're a bit of an insider. So if are there any sort of like tips or tricks or kind of behind the scenes info that you can, share with us about what's been going on with all the planning of the events?
Definitely. So I'll rewind to how I got involved with planning with NFT NYC, starting with NFTS.tips. I started moderating there and onboarding artists, and it grew to the fastest club for onboarding in NFTs and just teaching. And then we branched off to Searchlight. And Searchlight is this community led curatorial team. And our goal was to not only educate artists and onboard new artists, but create opportunities for artists and kind of prepare them, right? Because soon the masses will come into the NFT space, and we want everyone to be professional. We want them to be on it. We want them to know how to promote their art. We want them to succeed in selling their art. We want them to be able to express themselves. So since August, we've been creating this artist pool, and we invited people to, try and hop in, prepare them. While we were doing this, NFT NYC noticed, and they said, hey, I like what you guys are doing with community. Can you help us with the community aspect and the art of things? And so Jen Joy and myself, that leads the team of amazing people, Paymon, Rebecca Rose, Pilar, Joyce, there's quite a few, Dr. Lemney, even Micah Ray came on as a guest curator. And so all of us have been curating actually an exhibition for NFT NYC called Mask Ephemera. And the reason why we chose that name was because in the NFT space, there's all these collectibles, there's all these PFPs or interesting profile pictures and avatar-based collectibles. We wanted to kind of go a little deeper with that and ask artists, what is the mask that you wear in your face? Or what is your artist alter ego? How do you express yourself? And so we further opened that pool to create 4 Mask Ephemera. And then we chose artists from that group. And that's one of the exhibitions we're putting in for NFT NYC. So that's how we started working with them. Besides that, on November 1st, there's going to be an amazing party, and it's some of your guys' favorite names. It's Onis, Frogland, and Ethereals. And then sponsored pizza by Rare Pizza DAO, or Pizza DAO as they go by. And so that one's going to be themed. It's going to be costumes, and it's going to be called Boneyland. So the name of that derived from Boo Gang, which is Ethereals, Onis, so we got Boney, and then Land because of Frogland. And then Rare Pizzas are sponsoring, of course. You got to have pizza at this party. So that's going to be definitely the hottest party. And I might have some surprise new tech coming in if you guys show up. So that's gonna be an announcement for a later time. But
Sold us on that.
Secrets. Yeah, we like secrets. No, that sounds amazing. We'll of course be there. I know, at least for myself, I've got all 3 of those projects in my wallet, and I can't wait. I know, you've also been making this transition recently into actually, being community lead, community manager, project manager on some big, really big, world building, generative projects, super high quality. So maybe we could get Fun Uncle to actually roll the video that you shared with us real quick, and then we can talk about Huxley and your part in that.
Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all. It
That
took every ounce of me to not verbally respond to any of that so that we could watch it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit. What the
it's
So,
fuck,
like
I
man? That
mean,
was
level for
sick.
an NFT project. I
yeah,
get
I
impressed with
want
your
to
work, boy.
know. Yeah, I want to know everything.
Everything
Like, I
about
feel like
that.
yeah, we could do a whole other episode probably digging into that. But I guess, as far as, this interview, how much can you tell us at this stage of, what is this project? When's it coming? And, what's your part in it?
Yeah, it definitely deserves a different episode, but I'm head of community for this project, and you can find it at huxleysaga.com. The artist behind this is a legend. His name is Ben Morrow. You know him from being the senior concept artist for Halo, for Call of Duty. He did
That makes
Elysium, the
sense.
movie, Valerian, Chappie, Spider-Man 2. So this like opportunity for him to come into the NFT space and own his IP is massive for all artists, because he's kind of been working for these big projects and people don't know his name, and now he can create art for his own world. So he's a world builder. That's how he describes himself too. And it took him about a decade to do this. And that's why it's at the level that it's at. And it's kind of raising the bar in the NFT space. But it's because it literally took him that long in between those larger projects to really commit start to finish what he's accomplished for Huxley.
That is incredible. That's amazing. Super
Yeah.
inspired by that. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
And
Are
and
you?
you see,
Yeah. So HuxleySaga.com. First of all, go check that out because
yeah.
there is some more info, some more art there, and some more about the team. So want to hit that first. But what did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that seems to be. I see a trend of concept artists veering into the lane and discovering the opportunities in the space. I mean, the article that we just dug into about Concept Art House was about that exactly, like a group of people that were, working for others so long, now see an opportunity to have some sort of like agency themselves, and be accredited for like the world building that they're doing. So super cool. And yeah, that video was epic. Super epic.
Yeah.
Crazy
So
epic. I
cool.
mean, yeah. I mean, Cass. So are you able to say when it's launching yet, or any of the launch details? Any spicy
It just
alpha that
launched.
you can?
It just
Yeah.
launched recently, Friday actually. So we're like
Oh
right at the
snap!
start of it. So it's 6 issues, and issue 1 just launched. So definitely check it out. It's always important to get the first of any type of saga. Even if you come in the second, the third, the fourth, but if you have the first of something, that's always a really big deal. So definitely try and get the first one. If you're there for second, third, all the way to 6, then that's great too. But today we actually just announced the avatar aspect to it. So if you hold 5 of the issue 1, you can exchange it for a Genesis token, and that gives you access to an avatar. So all those robots it was showing at the end with the different colors, those are kind of some hints or examples of how the avatars are going to look. And there might be some rare ones that weren't even in that visual.
Yo, I mean, yeah, those robots with like the all gold, those look so freaking cool. So you're saying I can get one of those now if I start collecting the first saga?
Absolutely.
Oh man. All
Yep.
right. That's good to know.
That's insane.
Yeah. Again, this project looks next level. I'm super stoked that you came to share it with us. Are there any other community projects or artists, before we kind of like wind it down, are there any other community projects or artists that have caught your eye or that you really think deserve getting a shout out, that we should, highlight?
Definitely. And I'm going to start with the artist that I handpicked for the Triad. So on November 2nd at the Triad Theater, we're highlighting these projects or panelists, what have you. The show is called Face to Face, and I literally handpicked these people. And proud to say that Deebies and Gifted, Woboy, Sketch Nate, you guys are one of the featuring speakers. So
Heck
Deebies,
yes.
that lineup, and that's, repping kind of not only DBs, but a very well-led community project, like one I feel really good to be amongst you folks and with the other speakers that I will announce. The next one is Pizza DAO, which is Rare Pizzas as we know them, but Pizza DAO. And they're repping not only themselves, but DAOs. That's a speakers from DAOs. And why I chose them was I don't want them kind of limited to just the people that bring the pizzas to the parties we go to, but they're a whole organization that's organized. They bring pizza on time. It's always hot. It's always delicious. But they're a group of over 300 artists too, and so they're also hosting their party November 2nd. So they're going to come and speak at the Triad, and then after that, there's a pizza party just for them. And again, there's a bunch of art with them. It's not just about pizzas. And as they would say, pizza should be free for everyone. And they really stand by that. So I admire Pizza DAO for that. Then you have Mutniks. And Mutniks, they have this genius 19-year-old coder named Gio who goes to Duke that created the first ever randomized generator in which you can mint the Mutnik that you see, or you can actually hit randomize until the traits rotate and you like that Mutnik, which is their NFT, and then you can mint it. Versus saying, I don't know what I'm going to get. Hopefully I like my NFT. You can keep randomizing for free on there until you mint it.
I was doing it. I minted a couple. It's really cool. The hack is that you can, if you find one you think you like it, then you just open up another tab and you keep randomizing until you've got 6 different tabs that are pretty cool, and then you choose the one that you want to mint. But no, it's a really really dope technology, and I love that team too. Kyle Schember, Mike Mongo are some of the most incredible people. Again, I mean, your taste in people is impeccable. So I agree with all that. Rare Pizzas, the Pizza DAO, what they're doing. Talk about a dope mission, right? It's just trying to make pizza free for everybody on Earth. That's just an awesome thing to try and do, and they're really doing it. They're tackling it as a group of artists. I love those projects. Thank you for highlighting them here.
I've got a couple more.
And please go ahead.
Let's go.
So we got Deebies, we got Mutniks, we got Pizza DAO, then we have MacGyver. And so again, I'm hitting a broad spectrum with these groups that I've chosen. And MacGyver is a single person that's just someone who always shifts the culture, someone who brings up the hard questions to a room, someone who stands up for, women, Black, BIPOC, all the hard conversations. And so she's one of our speakers as well, and I'm really happy to have her. And then we also have Feature, which is a new platform that will be dropping in November, but they're also the team behind Huxley that I just mentioned. So they will be giving, if you're there, a presentation, maybe a trailer that no one has seen yet, and you have to be there in order to see it. So you're getting first to view that. If there's any cameras playing, we're shutting all the lives off. You literally have to be there. And then we also have Netra and Luke coming in, and it's SPKZ, and so they'll be speaking. And Netra is all the way out in Switzerland, and so she's gonna make it out to this Triad theater as well. And then a few more speakers we have. One is a DSLR. It's Lance, and he has some crazy AI tech that's also hasn't really been launched that you guys will experience and the audience gets to participate in. So they're going to be the closer. And then one of our big names we have is Tom Sachs himself from Rocket Factory. And there's going to be some surprises there with what he does. So a bunch of really, really eclectic kind of teams. And yeah, I'm really excited for that one. That's November 2nd.
And this is all happening November 2nd?
Yep.
Wow.
At the Triad?
At the Triad. So
That's
look
nuts.
out for the Eventbrite. It's going to be a a crazy small crowd, like of very important people. You know, you'll probably see Brianna from POAP there, which is amazing. Yeah, it's only about 115 people that can come to this.
Dang, yeah,
Nice.
that's an incredible show. So November 2nd at the Triad. I hope y'all can make it because we're gonna be there with bells on for sure. It's gonna be incredible. And yeah, I mean, Kas, I mean, this has been incredible as well. Thank you again for coming on, for sharing
Thank you.
all of your insight and
Yeah.
and your time with us. You know, we've got much love for you. You're one of the OG friends of the castle from the clubhouse days, and letting us be your first ever exclusive interview, I think is super dope. I'd love to wrap this up with maybe just some bold predictions for 2022, and where you want the NFT space to go.
Not financial advice, but there's going to be a big kind of push in January. I think like everything's going to go up. That's what I'm expecting from the ears to the ground from DeFi. And DeFi is a really good actually predictor for NFTs. So that's my alpha for today. I think they do things really well, and being in the NFT space and it being transparent, or its best attempt to be, DeFi is like next level transparent. So kind of predicting how the market goes, DeFi is a nice place to kind of test the waters. So January, it's going to go up. And then here's one big announcement. Look to April. There's going to be probably a summit, an NFT summit. I'm not sure if I'm going to say where it is, what state or country, but we're going to lock it down, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe if I could say like a future project, I'm going to plug the homie Dina. Dina has been like a huge connector to a lot of people in NFTs. She's a beautiful singer. She's actually performing for that November 1st party that we have. And she has her own project that's coming out soon called Crystal Pets. And so I'm going to help out with that as well. But she's definitely a behind the scenes person that deserves a lot of flowers. So look out for her performance on November 1st at the Atrium.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
So Kas,
Definitely will.
yeah, I'm gonna have to follow up with you to get all these links so we can make sure to put them in the description for all these incredible artists, community leaders, projects. Stoked for NFT NYC, and yeah, thank you again for joining us. And yeah,
Yes.
we'll be talking
Thank
to you
you,
a lot
Kas.
soon. So cheers.
Thank
You're an
you,
inspiration
Kas.
for sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm inspired.
Keep on
You guys
keeping on.
Jesus.
motivate me too. So keep up the good work. This show is great. I love what you're doing for artists. I love all the people behind it. I love Fun Uncle that we can't see on screen, but he's doing all this cool camera work. So
Oh, he's
I'm just
there.
excited
He's there.
where this is going.
Always watching,
Shout
always
out Lad
listening.
City too. Nice.
Lad City.
right.
Our vibe, our tribe. That's what's up. Yes, thank you, Kas. And yeah, that was dope. Our first interview on Art Start Now. That's what's up.
Thank
Kas
you,
Vegas.
Kas.
Follow her on
Awesome.
Twitter. Follow her on Instagram. Follow her on everywhere. I'm pretty sure she's Kas Vegas everywhere. So,
Pretty
you
much.
know. I'm not worthy. We are not worthy. Kas Vegas, y'all. One more time. Thank you so much for blessing us with that interview. First ever exclusive interview on Art Start Now. That was so dope. She just spent like a whole 30 minutes chilling with us, y'all. Man, HuxleySaga.com. Definitely check that out. And we're going to be throwing the links for all of those artists, those amazing community projects that Kas mentioned in the description. So, as if this episode couldn't get any better, y'all, we have another surprise, another guest segment, friend in the space, living with Will. We're going to test, we're just figuring this out. We're testing new things. We're trying new things. We're going to try a new segment right now. First ever Hot Takes with Living with Will.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the first ever Hot Takes with Will. I'm Will, your host from Living with Will. You might know me from my industry. But we're here for 1 minute segments. A little bit of the spices of life, a little je ne sais quoi, a little bit of the, some of that. I want to say first and foremost, if you're in New York first week in November and you're not at the Arts Nifty Castle Living Will event, I don't know what you're doing with your life because you're doing it wrong. At the end of the day, NFT community, we're trying to bring it together and we're trying to do it in New York for NFT NYC, NFT Hypebeast, Nifty Castle, Living with Will, and the one, the only, Arts himself. Secondly, water, hot take, shit's good for you, yo. Drink some more, we need it. On this day and all days, we'll see you week to week with new takes on life, pursuit of happiness, pursuit of purpose, H2O related facts, and more. That's my hot take. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Hey, Will. Let's
I
go.
loved it. Yo, this reminded me, I gotta refill my water bottle, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
too.
man.
Yep. Nah,
Yeah,
I gotta
but
get
I
like
was
meaty. Look at this bad boy. Big in my head.
Right now, I'm holding my bladder. I really got to pee, but I'm holding my bladder.
You got those bottles right there,
Oh.
boy. Come on.
Yeah, H2O. That shit's legit.
No,
but,
don't give me ideas. Come on.
Yeah, I think Fun Uncle, I think you got the, he mentioned in his hot take, again, thank you, Living with Will, first ever hot takes. We're going to be rolling those into these shows sometimes. We got all kinds of fun friends who are going to be dipping in here for Art Start now. But Fun Uncle, if you can pull up, he mentioned the NFT Hypebeast event. We want to show that real quick because November 2nd at NFT NYC, this event, curated by the man, the myth, the legend, Arts himself, is another insanely dope event that's going to be happening November 2nd at Quad Studios in Times Square. It's a legendary location. Deebies is going to be there. We're going to be sponsoring it. Known Origin, Living with Will, and a bunch of other incredible people are going to be there.
Dang.
It's going to be lit. So go to the website, rejectdreams.com/NFT-hypebeast. Again, we'll put it in the description, but you can find the RSVP there and definitely check that out. You do not want to miss that event. Again, if you're going to NFT NYC November 2nd, sounds like it's going to be one of the biggest days in the entire event. Like based on what Kas was saying, there's a bunch of stuff going on during the day, triad. This is happening at night. I mean, we're going to be there for a whole week, but November 2nd sounds like it's going to be one of the most epic days of the entire conference.
I don't doubt it. Sounds
exciting.
Like
I'm ready.
It's gonna be a
I don't know about y'all.
lot of fun. Sounds like there's gonna be so many different types of art. I know that Arts is a musical artist himself. He's an art curator, appreciator of all types of art, and I'm excited to be a part of that with you, Gifted, bringing the Nifty Castle to the place. I hear Lola's going to be popping in. She's going to be making a cameo, making an appearance, coming on in. So I can't wait to hang out with you guys in person and once again. And yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait to see all of y'all there. Yeah, and remember, if you see us there, definitely come up and say hi because we're going to have all kinds of goodies. We're going to have collabs. We're going to have NFTs. We're going to have Deebies. We're going to have swag to give away. So come say hello. And on that note, you know, we're talking about Arts, the hip-hop artist, but let's talk about Art, the actual art. Oh boy, what do you got lined up? You know,
what a transition!
All these amazing projects. What do we got lined up to feature today?
Let's look at Art, dude.
Let's look at Art.
Yeah, don't hit on my
Pull the picture
segues.
of Art.
Don't hit on my segues,
It's great.
dog.
It is great. It is. Yeah,
You just pull up one
That
on
was
find a
fire,
picture of Art
bro.
and just pull him up. We just stare at him.
Yeah. So, this is by Angelika Alien. Her Twitter handle is Alien Angelika. So I guess it could be either way around. So that's what she goes by. But we got a little bit of a blueprint. It looks like here, some concept art, if you will. We've been talking about concept art through. That's been a common theme throughout this show. And Angelika, yes. So Angelika Alien shared the back, front, side, the profile of a. What does it look like to you? What is this? What do you think this is, guys?
It looks like tabs of LSD. Not that I know
Oh.
anything about that. From far away, you know,
Art-
like it just like
You're an
little
artist.
squares.
Come on.
You read about him in a book, you know?
Yeah, Fun Uncle taught me all about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, it is a if we look at the next picture, it'll reveal a bit more as to what we are exactly looking at. She's developing these robot sort of characters. I'm a big fan of Vogu, so instantly when I saw Angelika Alien's artwork, I was like, ooh, this speaks to me, because big fan of Vogu. She's got some like graffiti writing on the front of so it's got this sort of urban punk, like future-esque like feel to it, cyberpunk feel, and it's got those like the ears going off of it, so it's like cat ears, but like pretty dope, cool looking kind of cat ears. And
I like it.
The head mount kind of looks like a heart, and I love it, so it's perfect. And it's got these little
Can you
side
please put that on my
caps.
head?
Yeah, we need more cat NFT projects. So I'm happy that she's really picking up that mantle and running with it. But no, this is
I
dope.
love
I mean, it's
that.
obviously it's
looks
a new
great.
take, right? Like I haven't seen like straight up robot cyberpunk cats yet. Although Vogu did just drop the mutts today, which is kind of close, right? I'm guessing that's going to be like cyberpunk dogs. But this is clearly really, really awesome concept art. Like I have to agree. I will
say that Vogu, one of the traits of their characters are that they do have like cat ears, but this is just like sort of her own take on it. And I really love whatever those little canisters are on the bottom of the character that are kind of going off. I just wonder like I look at these things and I'm like, what is the utility like in real world? Like if we were in a world next to these characters, like what does all this stuff do? Does it just look awesome, or does it have some sort of
those would be really cool in real life. If they made those, I would wear that. I would put that on my head.
Yeah.
That would be sick in real life.
Yeah.
It's
What else?
pandemic stuff, you know?
Let's look at the next. This is the realized version of it, right?
Oh
yeah.
It is friggin'
like show up
dope.
to one of those parties in one of those.
Everything lighten up, like go to a rave like this, or go to the ONI event. Yeah. This is super cool. It's the lights are literally blinking to the music as you're going. It's feeling the bass, so it's able to interpret it, and then
if the ears like flapped, like one like that.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's all do this together, guys.
Sick.
I mean, that would be super sick though, to go to like a DJ set and like see the DJ rocking that out.
And then if you could pull up the tweet, if you could pull up the tweet, Fun Uncle, of the 3D art of this, it's a full nice little turnaround of oh, there it is. So it's already a concept that has been developed into a 3D asset, and it's so freaking cool looking. So shout out to Angelika Alien. This is just a really, really cool piece, and thank you for sharing your process. All of those all of those pieces of the process are minted. So yeah, definitely took advantage of the blockchain.
I love this so much.
Good.
Like the way that even like Whoa Boy, you just walked us through the concept art to like the sort of the I don't know what you call it, the like mock-up 3D without the textures, or to this, the final product is insane. Like that is so freaking dope right there. I love it. So yeah, shout out Angelika. Definitely check that out.
I'd love to dig in with I wonder if she has a purpose for all of these little trinkets and stuff like we were talking about. It would be cool to ask the actual creator, like, hey, what's the use for these things? So that might be something that I follow up with, like future date or something like that, like reach out to them and be like, hey, what is the use for that? Like maybe we show them this video and then they come back to us. That'd be really cool. So who knows? But yeah, that's an artist. Stay tuned. Art start in the future. We will come back to this. Angelika Alien, thank you. Rich, Gift Dead, my friend. What I think that you recommended an artist as well. Who are we digging into next?
I believe it's Cyrus James Kahn, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, he's a friend from, yes, here we go, CryptoPods, y'all. So I was in a Clubhouse room the other day, and Cyrus was in there talking about this project, and the amount of effort and work that he's putting into it, I just felt like I had to dig in a little bit more, give him a spotlight, share some of his work, because it's really, really awesome work. It's high quality 3D. He's been working on this for a couple of years, but there's actually a really, really deep, sort of a deep world and story behind, each of these different pods and the utility and the roadmap that's going into it. So I just wanted to give him a shout out because I really enjoyed listening to him on Clubhouse talk about this project. And I think it's something valuable. I think it's something that people should check out and learn about.
Yeah, man. Cyrus's art is great. In particular for CryptoPods, they all feature a different cryptocurrency. So each of them has a different cryptocurrency on the front of it. You see Neo on the top right, Kusama is in the middle. I think that's Monero, bottom right, Bitcoin Cash in the bottom left, Tron in the bottom middle, and the top left is Atom. So and there's many more. I think there's 100 different ones, but the ETH and Bitcoin ones are a bit different. The designs for them. If we could look at the next photo. There's a Bitcoin one. Look at that Bitcoin. I wonder what's inside of these pods, right? Like what are they keeping? How much Bitcoin can fit in there? I guess maybe it's just a computer. Like maybe it's just holding. It's like an ultimate sort of what are they called? It's mining right as we speak. As we look at this photo.
That would be dope if it was like a mobile miner. That'd be sick. Or if those were actually like going into the metaverse and mining the Bitcoin themselves, like those are the miners. But it's sick. And again, like I am still digging in to learn more about the project, but just the amount of passion and effort that Cyrus has been putting into this, there's a whole like world and backstory behind these pods. And there's something there that's definitely worth your time. If you're interested in the art, if it's something that intrigues you, definitely check it out. CryptoPods. He's putting a lot of work into it, and I got a lot of respect for his effort.
Mm-hmm. And guys,
and his talent.
Let's take a look at the next one, which is a lot of us are on ETH mainnet, so take a look at that Ethereum. I know, GIF, you've emblazoned the ETH mark on your own arm. So this is something that has changed a lot of people's lives. Bitcoin, ETH, cryptocurrency in general. It's cool to see. Is that 6 legs? Yeah, I think it's 6 legs. These things are living, walking around. Super cool. A very cool design, especially paying homage to these networks in particular that so many people are interacting with on a daily basis. But yeah, Cyrus is friggin' phenomenal. He made some derivative DB art, some 3D versions of Deebies, which are super cool. But he also made something that on his foundation page, if you look at his Showtime, try Showtime page, he has so much amazing animated 3D work. He works in gaming. Look at that.
That is mesmerizing. Where do those QR codes take us? Where are we going in this portal?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Are each of the QR codes
Where is it taking us?
Are each of them the same, or are they different? Mm-hmm. Is it kind of like a wheel, like a fortune type of thing? Wait, I'm trying to
get it.
Snap, it actually did. Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is if it is is amazing. It rotating? Yeah. Is it rotating?
I think
did you snag something?
Yeah. So each of them goes to different places. One of them goes to his Twitter. So I don't know if y'all can see it. Cyrus James Khan. I want to try and get it on there for you. Yeah, it's
That
Twitter.
is so
heck?
cool.
So one of them goes to his Twitter.
You really did that.
And then one of them goes to it literally went to a Google that said thank you to my family. Sorry, there we go.
I love
So it literally pulled up a
that.
Google page that said thank you to my family. So that's really dope. So each one, it has like a hidden message. So there's a bunch of hidden messages in it.
My mind is
tip,
blown. That's amazing.
Everybody, thank you cards go a long way. So make sure if you're meeting someone, you make that, and you want to make an impression, make sure you follow up with a nice little thank you card. That's a nugget, okay? So always, and especially if you're an artist, you can make that thank you card so cool. So yeah, keep that in mind.
That's the kind of alpha that you're gonna get on ArtStart now, y'all. So that's what it's worth hanging around for bits like that. I mean, especially though, if you really want to get them, it's the get well soon card. That's the real power move.
Dude, but this piece again, it's so cool. It's mesmerizing. Just look at the demeanor of the character too, just like kicking it. It's like this character is just like just another day. You could go anywhere, right? Just pick a world and go there. I'm in control. I am the creator.
I feel like he could exist in the same world as the Squid Game world. I don't know. He's from some crazy world, though. Like some crazy dystopian.
Actually,
world. Yeah,
you know what? It's
it.
funny. It's funny that you bring that up. Fun Uncle, if you could please look up Cyrus James Khan on Instagram and then look at the very first photo. It's just really funny that you bring that up.
We're throwing Fun Uncle for a loop today.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. But literally, if you go to the very first thing, go to the first image, Pod's game. Like that's Cyrus's. That's his most recent photo.
That's all the art that we're gonna start today. But don't worry, lads and ladies, there will be more every Saturday at 2 p.m. The Nifty Castle is crash landing inside the walls of the Lad City. That's right. We're gonna be back here next Saturday to do it all again, but better and different. We're still figuring it out, y'all. So thanks for hanging out with us. But we can't wrap it up today without saying a massive thank you to the sponsor of the episode, Deebies 3053 Little Hex Spawn from the planet Interrobang. Check it out.
So, you want to buy a Deebie, huh? Are you sure? They're little troublemakers, little bright-eyed, doll-faced hexspawn, each with a random, unique combination of over 100 traits. It's freaking crazy. There's only 3,053 of them in total. Each one has a membership token that comes with 2 companion pieces that are free to whoever's holding the originals, and those owners are allowed to create and sell derivative pieces of that Deebie. Go ahead and make that bread, baby! Out of the 3,053, 54 of them are extra special. Those are called Super Dupers and Bangers. There are a bunch of rare attributes in the whole collection, but Super Dupers have a gold skull and special one-of-one attributes that don't appear anywhere else in the collection. The Bangers, on the other hand, have a diamond skull and are completely different from any other DB, making them extremely rare. Every DB is one of a kind, but these extra special ones have been randomly arranged through the series, so anyone could get them. Hey, that could be you. To get your DB, make sure you have your MetaMask wallet ready with at least 0.1 Ethereum in it. Then head over to the niftycastle.io website and tap the button. That's basically it. You just adopted a baby demon. How's it feel to be a parent? Oh, watch out, your couch is on fire. Oh, shoot. Once you've got your new bundle of mischief, head over to the Nifty Castle Discord and join the conversation. Hear about news, projects, and giveaways. Nifty Castle is a part of the NFT community and loves to share and talk about new projects. There's also a ton more info about this project on the Nifty Castle site, including the community roadmap and a breakdown of how our derivative rights work, with a special burn clause that allows you to keep selling derivatives even after you sent the little troublemaker back to heck from whence it came. Okay, I love you.
Love that.
Man,
So cute.
every time does not get old. That's right. Deebies are almost sold out, y'all. And we're going to be all up in NFT NYC with those. So this might be one of your last opportunities to adopt yours. If you haven't, go to niftycastle.io. Check them out. There's only 3,053 ever, but they come with a Winky version and an X-ray skull version when we hit 100% on the roadmap. So do not delay. niftycastle.io today. And thank you again to Deebies for sponsoring this episode and making it possible. Just making it possible. We couldn't be here without you. And you know, Lola, who else we couldn't be here without? Fun Uncle.
That's
So
right.
I wanted to get our man in here, Fun Uncle, the bus driver.
Hey, you
What's
kids,
going
keep
on,
it down
bud?
back there. You crazy kids. Keep throwing stuff at
Supporting
me.
our antics.
You boys
Thank
like
you
it
for
extra
supporting our
sloppy,
antics.
don't you? You dang kids. Hey, well, thanks for letting me drive the bus. I do not have a license. I am not certified to drive this thing, so I thank you guys for trusting me with your lives every single Saturday at 1 p.m. But if you want to check just me out, solo bus trip, and my OnlyFans experience, you can come check out Fun Uncle Sundays, 1 p.m. And the most important thing I need to shout out is the fact that Lad City has just crossed the 10,000 subscriber threshold. That is huge news
knew
for
it.
Lad City.
We knew it.
So it is a freaking rocket ship, and thanks so much for being part of the community, guys. If you get an opportunity, super smash the subscribe button, the like. Tell us what you think of the content down in the comments below, and share love. It's the Brooklyn way. You know what I'm saying? Fun Uncle out. Fun Uncle out.
I mean, we love Fun Uncle. We could not make this show without him, without Lad City. So yes, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, all the things that you got to do to make sure that you're tuned in for not just Art Start Now, but all of the other incredible shows. They've got NFT Arcade. They've got NFT Live. It goes on and on. This community is hecka dope, and I'm just so grateful to be part of it, y'all. 10K. I'm not gonna say it was because of Art Start Now's beta episode that we put up last week, but I mean,
But maybe is it a coincidence?
maybe.
I think
No,
that's
You're not
our
not
arrival-
saying it. You're not saying
I'm
it.
not saying it either.
Dude,
It makes a reappearance.
Gifted, the Nifty Castle crash lands in a city. It's gonna make an impression. Come on, man. Like I think
It's gonna make some noise.
Good point.
You make a little
Yeah,
noise.
You know who else makes a
But
little
yeah,
noise?
Fun Uncle.
Lola makes a little noise. I hear you got a song out. Yeah, you want to shout that out?
Oh, yes. I do have a new song out with some homies out here in LA. It's called Spend the Night. It's a super dope, good energy, high energy song. And if you're into that, check out the link in my bio, Lola Menthol on everything, Instagram, Twitter, and you'll find it there. And yeah, please do enjoy. And you can see it on my story almost every day on my Instagram. Sorry, not sorry.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, Lola rocks. I've had the pleasure to see her live a couple times, so check that out. Spend the Night is live now across all platforms. Lola, thanks for hanging out with us. Whoa boy, thanks for kicking it with me as always. You're the homie and Fun Uncle wherever you are up there. Thank you, and thank you, all of you. We'll catch you next Saturday. Have a good one.
That's right.
Alright.